Jason Short from New Zealand is P6 with 25 kilos on mediums. YH8 Racing is second. Todd in turn 4 is P5. Best lap is a 1:41.213. Chris Buddick in Rainy Curve is third. Jason Short from New Zealand is sixth. Jonathan Rosser is P4. Yamashita 40 is first. Jonathan Rosser is fourth. Jason Short in the corkscrew is P6. Jonathan Rosser in turn 5 is fourth. Jason Short in Andretti hairpin is P6. Best lap is a 25:21.168. Jonathan Rosser is P4. Jason Short from New Zealand is P6. Jonathan Rosser is fourth. Short is 6th. Todd in Andretti hairpin is P5. The qualification session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterrey, USA. Yamashita 40 is first on mediums. YH8 Racing is second with 25 kilos on mediums. Todd from New Zealand is third with 25 kilos on softs. Yamashita 40 in Rahal Straight is first. Jason Short from New Zealand is P5 with 25 kilos on softs. Yamashita 40 is P1. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Yamashita 40 is up 15.44 in turn 4. Yamashita 40 is up 15.80 in turn 6. Yamashita 40 is up 15.99 in rainy curve. Yamashita 40 improved is first with a 136.990. YH8 Racing is P2. YH8 Racing improved is P2 with a 143.079. 6.089 off pole. Todd is second up 0.42. Dot is up 0.88 in turn 6. YH8 Racing in Rainy Curve is 5th up 0.34 on mediums. Yamashita 40 is provisional pole with a 136.889. YH8 Racing improved is P2 with a 138.805. 1.916 off pole. YH8 Racing is up 0.07 in turn 3. YH8 Racing is up 1.04 in turn 6. Chris Budd from New Zealand is P3 with 25 kilos on softs. Five minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing in Andretti hairpin is second. Best lap is a 138.805. 1.916 off pole. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand in Andretti hairpin is 5th on mediums. YH8 Racing is second up 0.73. YH8 Racing is up 0.93 in Rahal Straight. YH8 Racing is up 1.17 in turn 10. YH8 Racing improved his P2 with a 137.586. 0.697 off pole. YH8 Racing is up 0.42 in turn 3. MMR 333 from Canada is 4th up 0.26 on mediums. Yamashita 40 in turn 6 is P1 up 0.28. YH8 Racing in Rahal Straight is second up 0.24. Jason Short is P3 up 0.50 with 25 kilos. Jason Short is up 0.52 in rainy curve. Jason Short is provisional pole with a 136.253. YH8 Racing in turn 4 is third up 0.66 with 25 kilos. Todd and Andretti Hairpin is 6th with 25 kilos. MMR 333 is P4. MMR 333 is up 0.44 in turn 5. Yamashita 40 in Andretti Hairpin is P2. The qualifying session is now in overtime. YH8 Racing in Andretti Hairpin is P3 on mediums. Chris Butt in turn 5 is 5th up 0.11. Racing in Rahal Straight is third. Best lap is a 137.586. 1.333 off pole. Yamashita 40 is second. Best lap is a 136.889. 0.636 off pole. YH8 Racing is P3 on mediums. Chris Butt in turn 11 is 5th with 25 kilos. Best lap is a 138.897. 2.644 off pole. Broadcast bot is P20. The race session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterey, USA. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. Jason Short is first. Yamashita 40 is second on mediums. YH8 Racing is third with 25 kilos on mediums. MMR 333 from Canada is P4 on mediums. Chris Bunnett from New Zealand is 5th with 25 kilos on softs. 20 minutes remaining in the session race start. Chris Bunnett is now P4. YH8 Racing in Andretti Hairpin is 2nd. MMR 333 in turn 3 is P3. MMR 333 passed Jason Short for P1. Chris Bunnett in turn 5 is P2. Chris Bunnett lost 3rd to Yamashita 40. Chris Bunnett is now 6th. Todd from New Zealand in Rahal Straight is P1 with 25 kilos on softs. Todd is now 5th. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand is 2nd on mediums. Jason Short from New Zealand is 3rd with 25 kilos on mediums. YH8 Racing is 4th. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand in Andretti Hairpin is 2nd, 0.2 ahead of Jason Short. Jonathan Rosser passed Yamashita 40 for P1. Yamashita 40 in turn 4 is 2nd, 0.1 ahead of Jason Short. Jason Short in turn 5 is P3 on mediums, 0.5 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 in Rahal Straight is 2nd, 0.4 ahead of Jason Short. Yamashita 40 is now 1st. Jason Short in Rainy Curve is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:53.636. 1.548 off the fastest lap. Jonathan Rosser is P4, 0.9 behind MMR 333. Jason Short in Andretti Hairpin on lap 3 is 2nd, 1.5 behind Yamashita 40. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand in turn 3 is P4, 0.8 behind MMR 333. Chris Bunnett is P5, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. Jonathan Rosser in turn 6 is 4th, 0.6 ahead of Chris Bunnett. Chris Bunnett from New Zealand in the corkscrew is P5, 0.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Jason Short is second, 2.2 behind Yamashita 40. Chris Bunnett is P5 on softs, 0.7 behind Jonathan Rosser. Jason Short is second, 2.2 behind Yamashita 40. Chris Bunnett in turn 5 is P5, 0.5 behind Jonathan Rosser. Jason Short in the corkscrew is second on mediums, 2.0 behind Yamashita 40. Chris Bunnett in rainy curve is P5 on softs, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. Jason Short is P2, 2.0 behind Yamashita 40. Chris Bunnett in Andretti hairpin is P5, 0.4 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Bunnett passed Jonathan Rosser for fourth. Jason Short from New Zealand in turn 5 is second, 1.3 behind Yamashita 40. Jason Short passed Yamashita 40 for P1. YH8 Racing in turn 5 is sixth on mediums, 0.9 behind Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing is now fifth. Yamashita 40 in rainy curve is second, 1.6 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing is P5, 0.8 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 in Andretti hairpin is P2, 1.0 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing in Andretti hairpin is fifth on mediums, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 in turn 5 is second. Best lap is a 1:37.621. 0.050 off the fastest lap. YH8 Racing in turn 5 on lap 6 is fifth, 2.5 behind Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing was 3.2 faster last lap. Yamashita 40 in turn 10 is second, 1.3 behind Jason Short. Ten minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing in turn 10 is 5th, 1.7 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamaha top 40 in turn 3 is 2nd, 1.0 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing in turn 3 is P5, 1.8 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamaha top 40 in Rahal Straight is 2nd, 1.5 behind Jason Short. Jonathan Rosser in Rahal Straight is P5. Best lap is a 1:38.863. 1.601 off the fastest lap. Jonathan Rosser passed YH8 Racing for P4. Todd is 7th. Yamaha top 40 is 2nd, 1.4 behind Jason Short. Jason Short was 0.6 faster last lap. YH8 Racing in Andretti Hairpin is 5th, 4.5 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamaha top 40 in Rahal Straight is P2 on mediums, 1.3 behind Jason Short. YH8 Racing in turn 6 is 5th with 25 kilos, 4.4 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamaha top 40 on lap 8 is 2nd, 4.8 ahead of MMR 333. Yamaha top 40 was 0.5 faster last lap. Jonathan Rosser in turn 10 is 5th, 1.4 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is P5, 0.4 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Budd in Andretti Hairpin is P6, 2.7 behind YH8 Racing. Chris Budd was 10.4 faster last lap. YH8 Racing is 5th. Best lap is a 1:37.821. 0.559 off the fastest lap. Chris Bunnett in turn 6 is 6th with 25 kilos, 3.6 behind YH8 Racing. 5 minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is P5, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Bunnett is P6, 2.4 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is P5, 0.9 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Bunnett in turn 3 is P6, 1.3 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is 5th. Chris Bunnett from New Zealand in Rahal Strait is 6th, 1.4 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing in Rainy Curve is P5, 0.8 ahead of Chris Bunnett. Chris Bunnett in turn 11 is 6th, 0.7 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing in Andretti hairpin on lap 11 is 5th, 1.5 ahead of Chris Bunnett. Chris Bunnett in turn 4 is P6, 1.8 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing in turn 6 on lap 11 is 5th, 1.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Bunnett in the corkscrew is 6th, 1.9 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing in turn 11 is P5, 2.1 ahead of Chris Bunnett. Chris Bunnett in Andretti hairpin is P6 with 25 kilos, 1.0 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 in Rainy Curve is 2nd, 1.8 behind Jason Short. Yamashita 40 was 1.5 faster last lap. YH8 Racing is P5, 0.4 behind Jonathan Rosser. The leader has just finished the race. Jason Short finished P1. Yamashita 40 finished second. MMR 333 finished P3. Jonathan Rosser is P4. Jonathan Rosser finished 4th. YH8 Racing finished 5th. Chris Butt finished 6th. Finished P7. Broadcast bot is P8. The race session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterrey, USA. The wind speed is 2 km/h from the northeast. Todd is P1. Chris Butt from New Zealand is second with 25 kilos on softs. YH8 Racing is P3 with 25 kilos on mediums. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand is P4 on mediums. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Jonathan Rosser is now second. MMR 333 from Canada is P3 on mediums. MMR 333 passed Jonathan Rosser for P2. Jonathan Rosser in turn 3 is third. Jonathan Rosser is now P6. Chris Butt is P3. turn 6 is P2. Jason Short from New Zealand in the corkscrew is fourth with 25 kilos on mediums. Jason Short is now P5. Jonathan Rosser in the corkscrew is 7th. Jonathan Rosser passed Jason Short for 5th. Yamashita 40 in turn 10 is P7 on mediums. MMR 333 is second, 1.5 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 in Andretti Hairpin is P7, 0.8 behind Jason Short. Jason Short in turn 4 is P7 on mediums, 0.6 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 in the corkscrew is P2, 2.4 behind YH8 Racing. Jason Short in the corkscrew is 7th on mediums, 0.9 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 from Canada is P2, 1.1 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 is P6, 1.7 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 was 1.3 faster last lap. MMR 333 in turn 5 is P2 on mediums, 1.1 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 is 6th, 2.1 behind Jonathan Rosser. Jason Short in the corkscrew is P7, 1.5 behind Yamashita 40. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Yamashita 40 in turn 11 is P6, 1.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 is second, 2.0 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing was 0.9 faster last lap. Yamashita 40 in turn 4 is P6, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 in the corkscrew is P2, 1.7 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 in the corkscrew is 6th, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 is now P5. MMR 333 is P2 on mediums, 2.3 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 on lap 5 is 5th, 0.3 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 in turn 5 is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:37.906. 0.258 off the fastest lap. Yamashita 40 is P5, 0.3 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 in rainy curve is P2, 1.8 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 in rainy curve is P5, 0.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 was 0.9 faster last lap. MMR 333 in Andretti hairpin is P2, 1.0 behind YH8 Racing. Jonathan Rosser is P5, 0.7 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 from Canada in turn 5 is P2, 1.9 behind YH8 Racing. Jonathan Rosser in turn 5 is 5th, 2.1 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 in the corkscrew is P4, 2.0 behind Todd. Minutes remaining in the session. Chris Bunnett in turn 10 is P6, 1.4 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 is 4th, 2.3 behind Todd. Chris Bunnett from New Zealand in turn 3 is 6th, 1.3 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 from Canada in the corkscrew is P2, 2.1 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing was 0.7 faster last lap. Chris Bunnett from New Zealand in Rahal Straight is P6, 1.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 is 4th, 1.4 behind Todd. MMR 333 is P2, 1.5 behind YH8 Racing. Chris Bunnett in turn 3 is P6, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 in turn 5 is 4th, 1.6 behind Todd. Chris Bunnett in Rahal Straight is 6th, 1.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 in turn 10 is 4th, 0.8 behind Todd. MMR 333 from Canada in turn 3 is P2, 1.5 behind YH8 Racing. Yamashita 40 in turn 3 is P4, 1.5 behind Todd. MMR 333 in Rahal Straight is 2nd. Best lap is a 136.778. MMR 333 passed YH8 Racing for P1. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is P2, 0.4 behind MMR 333. Yamashita 40 in Rainy Curve is P4, 1.5 behind Todd. Five minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing is 2nd, 0.5 behind MMR 333. Yamashita 40 is 4th. Best lap is a 137.255. 0.477 off the fastest lap. YH8 Racing is P2, 1.0 behind MMR 333. MMR 333 was 2.2 faster last lap. Yamashita 40 is P4, 0.2 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 passed Todd for P3. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is P2, 0.6 behind MMR 333. Todd from New Zealand in the corkscrew is P4 with 25 kilos on mediums, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 is second battling YH8 Racing. MMR 333 passed YH8 Racing for P1. YH8 Racing in Andretti hairpin on lap 11 is P2, 0.8 behind MMR 333. YH8 Racing passed MMR 333 for first. MMR 333 is second, 0.4 behind YH8 Racing. Todd in turn 4 on lap 11 is fourth, 1.6 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 2.5 faster last lap. YH8 Racing in Rahal Straight is second with 25 kilos, 0.1 behind MMR 333. Jason Short in turn 6 is sixth, 1.0 behind Chris Budd. YH8 Racing in turn 11 is P2, 0.7 behind MMR 333. Jason Short from New Zealand in turn 10 is P6, 1.0 behind Chris Budd. Jason Short was 1.5 faster last lap. YH8 Racing is P2, 1.7 behind MMR 333. MMR 333 was 0.6 faster last lap. Jason Short in turn 3 on lap 12 is sixth, 1.3 behind Chris Budd. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is second, 2.1 behind MMR 333. Jason Short in Rahal Straight is sixth, 0.2 behind Chris Budd. Jason Short passed Chris Budd for P5. YH8 Racing is P2. Best lap is a 137.648. 0.870 off the fastest lap. Chris Budd in turn 11 is 7th, 1.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Budd was 1.5 faster last lap. Todd in turn 3 is P4 with 25 kilos, 3.4 behind Yamashita 40. Jason Short in turn 5 is P5, 4.5 behind Todd. leader has just finished the race. MMR 333 finished first. YH8 Racing finished second. Yamashita 40 finished third. Todd finished fourth. Jason Short finished P5. Jonathan Rosser finished P6. Chris Budd finished 7th. Broadcast bot is 8th. Announcer bot is active. MMR 333 from Canada is first. YH8 Racing is P1. Chris Butt from New Zealand is P1. Ten minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 is second. YH8 Racing is P3. Yamashita 40 and Andretti Hairpin is P3. YH8 Racing in turn 5 is P2. Yamashita 40 in turn 6 is P3. YH8 Racing in Rainy Curve is P2. Todd from New Zealand in Rahal Strait is P3. MMR 333 is P3. Crispa in Andretti hairpin is P5. Yamashita 40 is P1. Best lap is a 2:47.707. Todd in turn 3 is 5th. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is 3rd. Crispa from New Zealand in the corkscrew is 4th. Yamashita 40 in turn 3 is 1st. Best lap is a 1:44.370. Five minutes remaining in the session. Todd is 4th. Yamashita 40 in Rahal Straight is P1. YH8 Racing in turn 6 is 5th. MMR 333 in turn 10 is P3. Best lap is a 1:53.735. Crispa in Andretti hairpin is P5. YH8 Racing in Andretti hairpin is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:46.838. Todd in Rainy Curve is P3. Best lap is a 1:53.035. Yamashita 40 in turn 10 is P1. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is 2nd. Crispa is P5. YH8 Racing is second. Crispa in turn 4 is P5. Yamashita 40 in turn 10 is first. Best lap is a 1:42.522. Todd in turn 11 is third. Yamashita 40 in turn 3 is first. Best lap is a 1:41.087. Crispa is fifth. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is P2. MMR 333 in the corkscrew is P4. Crispa is fifth. Broadcast bot is 20th. The qualification session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterrey, USA. YH8 Racing is second. MMR 333 from Canada in turn 3 is first. Crispa from New Zealand is P4. 5 minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing in Rahal Strait is second. Yamashita 40 is P3. Chris Butt in turn 10 is P4. MMR 333 is P4. MMR 333 is up 11.44 in turn 4. MMR 333 is up 12.08 in turn 6. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is second, up 13.92. Yamashita 40 in turn 10 is P1, up 18.70. Chris Butt in turn 11 is P4. YH8 Racing in turn 4 is second. Best lap is a 147.350. 5.500 off pole. Chris Butt in turn 4 is P3, up 0.68. Chris Butt is up 2.14 in turn 6. Chris Butt is up 2.12 in rainy curve. Chris Butt improved his second with a 144.965. 3.115 off pole. MMR 333 and Andretti hairpin is P4. The qualifying session is now in overtime. YH8 Racing is P3, up 0.16. Yamashita 40 in turn 6 is P1, up 0.11. Best lap is a 141.850. MMR 333 is 4th, up 0.18. MMR 333 is up 3.99 in rainy curve. Chris Butt from New Zealand in turn 6 is P2. Best lap is a 144.965. 3.115 off pole. MMR 333 and Andretti hairpin is P4. Chris Butt in the corkscrew is second. MMR 333 and Andretti hairpin is fourth. Chris Butt in turn 10 is second. Broadcast bot is 20th. The race session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterey, USA. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the northeast. Yamashita 40 is first. Chris Butt from New Zealand is P2. YH8 Racing is P3. MMR 333 from Canada is P4. Todd from New Zealand is P5. Race start. Todd passed MMR 333 for P4. YH8 Racing is second. MMR 333 and Andretti hairpin is P5. YH8 Racing in turn 5 is second. MMR 333 in turn 5 is fourth. Todd in Rahal Straight is P4. Todd passed MMR 333 for third. YH8 Racing in turn 11 is second. MMR 333 in turn 11 is fourth, 2.1 behind Todd. YH8 Racing in Andretti hairpin is second, 0.7 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 in turn 3 is P4, 1.9 behind Todd. YH8 Racing in turn 6 is P2, 2.2 behind Yamashita 40. MMR 333 in turn 6 is P3. MMR 333 lost P3 to Todd. Todd in the corkscrew is third. Best lap is a 2:12.413. 9.673 off the fastest lap. MMR 333 in turn 10 is P4, 4.1 behind Todd. Todd is third, 3.7 ahead of MMR 333. MMR 333 in turn 3 is fourth, 3.3 behind Todd. MMR 333 passed Todd for P3. YH8 Racing in turn 6 is P2. Todd from New Zealand is fourth. Chris Butt is fifth. MMR 333 is third. Best lap is a 2:07.812. 15.360 off the fastest lap. Todd is fourth. Best lap is a 2:04.981. 12.529 off the fastest lap. MMR 333 is third, 0.9 behind YH8 Racing. Todd in turn 4 is fourth. MMR 333 on lap 4 is third, 0.9 behind YH8 Racing. The leader has just finished the race. Yamashita 40 finished first. YH8 Racing is P2. YH8 Racing finished P2. MMR 333 finished P3. Todd finished P4. Chris Butt is 5th.